Okay, should be up.
Whispers creep and shadows flee, dancing around the fire's cry. Dum diddy dum diddy dum. Smoking curls like tangled time, washes clean the silent grime. Counting beats with every breath, flirting with the edge of death.
Is there a way to mode the thing? Is there a way for Google Docs to be dark? Google Docs dark mode. Use a browser extension. No, does not have. Turn on dark mode on Google Docs. Only available for mobile devices, not the desktop app. Well, I guess extension it is. Dark mode appearance settings. Got it, sure, okay. Can I just... Let's just take this out extension, sure.
Smoking curls like tangled time, washes clean the silent grime.
Okay, that has been added. Let's make sure it's saved. That's saved. Load. Okay, night mode is I was expecting the pages to be black as well. That does seem to be the case.
Every spark of light betrayed.
Okay, now it is. Okay, that's that, I guess. Dum diddy dum diddy dum. What does filter mean? Okay, let's check YouTube site for a moment. Stream settings, D&D session 2 prep work, sure. Let's change to this, then sounds. Oh, there's sounds for everything. Well, that doesn't really work for me, so that's fine. Close that, I guess. though. Might as well, I guess. Shit, that's a bit too close. I would really like the creamer to just dissolve. Yeah, chunky. That doesn't look appetizing at all. Coffee with cream chunks. Is there a way to fucking remove the... Fuck's sake. There seems to be a way to remove that. That's annoying. It's gonna start chanting in a moment. Yep. I'll just hope it dissolves in a bit.
Born from the void where the echoes scream. Shatter the stars like a twisted dream.
I thought this was one of the pirate songs. I guess not. I guess not. Also I need to... the details can have to be removed at some point. Like separated. For now let's check this, and then... which was it? Cobalt. Yes, this one. Cobalt Fight Club. Confirm phone submission with. How this one reload? Grasslands, all in grasslands. Herbst 5E. Forest place. Is that all? Alright, I don't think. Set the screen for a moment. So these are all grasslands, or just all filter? Okay, there's more. Forest mountain, okay. It's quite a bit more. Category, all, type, all kinds, all. Okay. Then survey place. And that opens an entirely new page. fusion of okay. So brass tier is gonna be herb gathering. Let's make herb gathering in each tier. Is gold still gonna have? I guess.
I
Might as
saw
well.
the first crown hammered gold by hands now bones and holes grown cold. I watched the band blaze and burn.
First
Each
are
fool
gonna
who rose
be
too proud to learn. From mountain deep I felt
the
the
ones
quake.
found in
Thrones were built and torn and
plains,
raked. Not one of them
grasslands.
escaped their fate. Time beats the mighty slow and straight.
So
I watched them
mountains gonna be
fall, I
gold
watched them
tier.
fade. Their swords now rust, their debts unpaid. They carve their names in stone and flame.
Herb
But I'm
gathering
the one who still remains.
grasslands.
For every king who claimed the land, I took the ring from off his hand.
And gold tier is
A scepter lost beneath the snow. A queen who
mountain.
tried to strike a blow. I did not flinch, I did not kill. She fled and
Silver
left me
tier
richer
for
still. Their towers
Keswan.
rose like brittle bone, but none outlasted steel and stone. I sleep on crowns they bled to earn. Their glory gone, yet I return. I watch them fall, their courtly dance. Their poets died with
We don't have
circumstance.
deserts.
I saw them
Arctic
kneel, I heard them
maybe.
pray, but gods and kings all wrought the same. And when they broke and lost it all, I grew up, kingdoms learned to crow. One king tried peace, one tried war. One burned books, one swore on stars. All bled
Grasslands.
alike in end and
Let's
start.
make
Their
this
crowns now
first.
warm my golden heart. One sold his soul, one wept with grace. Now both sleep in my quiet place.
Let's get first two at
The world
grasslands.
forgets, but I recall the rise, the fall, the fatal thrall. The throne
Then
is just
forest.
a borrowed chair, but treasure stays right there. I've outlasted all their fame, their marble tombs, their sacred names. They strove, they screamed, they built and broke. I watched it all beneath the smoke.
So the first two
I
are in
watched them fall,
grasslands.
I
Brass
watched them
tier
fade.
with
Their hopes
check.
undone, their dreams decayed. They thought themselves divine
Trans
supreme,
level,
but I am
direct
Dross, the lord of
down.
glee. The hunger, greed, the horde-made soul, who watched the
Here.
world grow pale and old.
It's my economy level.
And still I
Thingamajig.
rest on stolen crowns.
So 0 to 4.
I watch them fall. I watch them
Is it
fall.
was 0 to 4 or yeah, 0 to 4. Then 5 to 8, 9 to 12. Okay.
I watch them fall.
Level 5 to 8.
Got a boat with half a sail, all patched up with wire and nail. Sea don't care if it's day or night, so I fish when the waves feel
9
right.
to 12.
Harbor's curse, the lighthouse screams, tides rolling with fever dreams. I got my
13
rod
to
and jug of
16.
tea, and this here quite suits me.
And 17 to
Dock near
19.
Devil's Head, saw priests nailed up, mostly dead. Some swamp folk things were
Should
fighting
get.
fire. Something big was watching from the sky.
Here's the diamond one,
Waved at
that's
me with a half-missed jaw, but I ain't one to stir them
the
all.
end of the
I
campaign,
tipped
so
my
that's
hat, gave a
not
sigh,
really
steered on
useful.
home before the tide got high. Stars may howl and stars may blink, gods may rise and the world sink, but I'll be here with line and net, fishing with buddy, ain't drowned yet. Not brave, not fast, just let things be. That's the way it works for me. Hooked the lump all slick and blue. It pulsed and hummed and blinked at you. Took it home, set it in a bowl. Now it sleeps
That should be fine.
See on glass, not even a lark. Eyes below and stars above. Whisper words I ain't heard of.
Grasslands.
But he prowls low, then things pass by.
Wait, might as well just filter it to grasslands this time.
Scratch my head, back to bed,
Grasslands.
I ain't yet dead.
And then on price.
Howl, stars may blink, gods may rise and old worlds sink, but I'll be here with line and net, fishing with buddy, ain't drowned yet, not chosen.
House rules for preparing herbs. Wait, source.
If the road should crack and fall,
Oh, there's only one source.
starts eating all. Tell it I'm
It's
out
like
past
official?
Seeker's Bay, catching
No.
lunch and hiding away.
Actually, no.
Just me and buddy
And
on the
grassland
grind,
summer.
living one cast at a time. Ain't no God and ain't no
An
king,
amaranth
but
is
I
an
can't
unusual
look
plant
here anything.
but easy to spot due to the pink and purple colors of its small fruits, which are half the size of grapes. These, if eaten fresh, just like after picking, revitalize the organism. Eating amaranth fruits recovers 1 hit point per level. Absorbing a large amount does not stack the effect and only allows you to recover 1 hit point per level between 2 short rests. Okay, so it's French. Between a deux. So I guess the maker of it is French. So I guess that's fine. Amaranth. Let's also use the links so I can.
Storms may howl and stars may blink, gods may rise and old worlds sink, but I'll be here with the
Wait, isn't
line.
there?
Fishing with buddy, ain't drowned yet. Not
Check this
brave, not
no,
fast,
I
just let
want
things be. That's the way it works
this.
for me.
Yes.
That's the way it works for me. That's the way it works for me. If the world should crash and fall.
Okay, in this case, I'm actually gonna. Can I disable light mode or dark mode?
Dum diddy dum when the sky's so gray, skipping through life in
Okay,
a
that
swirling
didn't actually
ballet.
help.
Feet hit the ground, heart start to obey. The
Not
rhythm
much.
of life in a wild display. Dum
Auto.
diddy dum in the heat of the sun. Every
Didn't
little
change
shadow's
anything,
got a
so.
race to run. Laughing with the trees
Oh,
where the river spun.
that's
The
too
melody
bad.
flows until the day's undone.
Okay, emeralds.
Feel the world spin as we drift away. No maps, no rules, just a heart to sway. Dancing through time in our own ballet. Dum diddy dum in the deepest of nights. The stars confess secrets through shimmering lights. Hold tight to the echoes of fleeting delights. The song never ends, it just takes new heights.
So wait, this was 5 gold, which equates to about 1 silver.
Dum diddy dum and the clock is
In
a joke.
my,
Each tick shouts
like,
tomorrow,
economy
each
I
heart
made.
softly spoke. Our hearts
So,
are beating in the same holy stroke. Together with
gather
time, it's like
emeralds.
watercolor smoke. Dum diddy dum diddy dum diddy day. Life's little song is a tune that stays. Breathless and bold, we let it relay. A boundless dance that never decays.
I don't know. Why is it getting hot? Ugh. So let's say the price is about, I don't know,
Dum diddy dum diddy dum diddy day. Feel the world spin as we drift away. No maps, no
around
rules,
10
just a heart
coppers
to
I
sway.
guess.
Dancing through time in our own ballet. Dum diddy dum diddy dum diddy day. Life's little song is a tune that stays. Breathless and bold, we let it relay. A boundless dance that never decays.
that's what I want. Okay, so gather emeralds is the first one. Curative. Acerbaka. Fortifying curative boost. Mazerot, my bad. Grassland Summer. Mazerot is a flat, fragile plant with red flowers, found mainly in the plains because it does not support extreme weather, extreme temperatures. Whatever they are, experienced druids are particularly fond of it as a help maintain their animal form longer. The maceration increases the duration of the druid can use his wild shape by 1 hour. Yeah. But that's gonna be a different level, I guess. Acerbaka is a tall plant that gives gooseberry sized red fruits. These fruits, which have no real taste, have the ability to appease animals if they eat them. That's annoying. Nope, that's not what I want. Acerbaka. Oh, that's... actually, I don't really care if it's the right way to pronounce it. Say anything about rarity. I think that is direct absorption. Edit a link. I should stop that. Oh shit, that's not what I want. So gather. What's this one? Major road, Mace Road. Probably gonna stop doing this in a moment because it's getting boring to watch. I'll just draw some more, I guess. There's a pretty plant that is grown as much to decorate a garden as for the ability to counter poisons. In some royal courts, cooks add chopped family leaves to their... Okay. Let's set that at the second tier, I guess. Gather Fennelly. Let's leave it at that for a moment. Because that's just gonna get boring real quick. Let's go back to torture. Yes, torture. I intended to actually wait. OBS change back to that. Okay. Then I want to try something. Don't know if it'll work. That's loud as fuck. Yeah, I guess that much. Use this one. And then I should have right there. Let's just do this chat. Send the screen grab. Can you use this? Map fragment, I guess, or ground plan. City map floor plan and fill it in further. Medieval city. The cross is big building in the middle is a castle, nope, a palace with a fence around it. The green area has other nobles estates with fences with fences. and keep the same street floor plan, but add in the empty land with more houses. The yellow is a shopping district. The green, the Royals district. The orange, the middle class, commoners, and the red is a small slum. What else can I add as fucking hate that little message on Twitch. Keeps making me look at it thinking someone's there. Well, there's actually no one. Also farm area where it says farms. Try keeping the current scale for all additions. The walls are very thick. No. Let's see what he does with this. I do want to see what it. Create a richer image sets. If I go plus. Nah. Sketching it out. The creamer is finally dissolved, I think. Kind of. Mostly. I don't think the creamer helped at all. Okay, that map looks surprisingly fucking good. God diggity damn. Yeah, not gonna lie. I did change. Holy fuck. Wait. Edit, I don't know. Please let me copy image. I just realized something extremely fucking stupid and funny. As a monitor, sure, I don't care. So this is what it generated, and fuck you. Why the fuck did it keep the Why did it actually keep farms? And didn't even keep the original, because mine is way uglier the way I wrote it. Why the fuck did it Also, I thought this was a giant park with a fountain. It made like giant gates which aren't supposed to be there. I mean, it looks pretty. It looks pretty, prettier than what I would have made. A lot more fucking details and shit. But it's not exactly what I wanted. Let me. T is move, yes. Also, kinda stretch it out. Oh wait, maybe it's just T. I might be able to stretch it. Not exactly, I guess. I mean, kinda kept the streets the way they were. Let me increase the opacity a bit. You know. I mean, it does look clean, I guess. And well, it straight up just colored this green roofs, yellow roofs, orange roofs, red roofs. Didn't really do a lot with the towers. That's fine, I guess. Okay, wait. I do wanna. How do we say edit? Oh wait, he gave. Ah no, never mind. Describe edits. Oh, okay. I can actually just say what to change. Okay, so edits. Remove the text farms. From the map. That's the first thing. Second, wait, let me just disable this. I mean, it is surprisingly close to what I told it to do. It's like really close to it. Yeah, it is very clean. Can't deny. It's not what I meant. But it's cool. Remove the text, right? Remove the text forms from the map. The walls. Walls in between. Wait, there should be roads in going through the normals area. Instead of thick stone walls.
You'll find a gate where nobody goes. They say a wizard with eyes of jade planted this place in a cosmic grave. Each leaf's a spell, each vine's a
Walls around the castle, the palace, and noble estates should be thin metal fences.
There's a bush that hums your favorite tune, and vines that dance with the crystal blue. A shroom that'll show you how stars are born, and smoke that wraps you like dusk till morn.
Right.
The wizard walks with bare feet still, tending the stems with silence.
The building above the palace
Sees his soul in the glow. He lives in the heart of
is a grand library,
welcome friend where the guard flies preach,
and
and knowledge
the building
just out of reach. Inhale the calm, exhale the
below
and drift through the
is a
roots of the
mage tower.
neverlow. Hear the grass grows blue and the rain falls sweet. The beat of the world under your feet. Rest your soul, let your third eye glow. Inside the neverlow.
Also add in small houses, small, not small, small houses next to the farms.
A garden made for hearts off track, and every path here brings you back. He takes no cold, he charges no fee, just like
Possibly
his powers not
fill in the white around the map with generic grassland, I guess.
what you know. Maybe a flower that laughs and lies, or a root that lets you see past eyes. You leave with the spark in your soul now lit.
Let's see what it does with this one.
The part of you stays and always will know you once walked.
I copied this one, so that should be fine.
Welcome, seeker, to the place beyond, where green dreams bloom and fear is gone. The garden heals, the garden shows your truth.
Should have added some sugar to this.
No thrones, no chains, no master plan, just the earth, the leaf, the breath of man. Roll it up, let the rhythm flow. You're whole, you're stoned, and never low.
Polishing details, finishing up. Let's build a wheel. Why the fuck do I have that as a tab? One last week, okay. Okay. What does it have this time? Okay, so it wait, let me. Yeah, no. The fountain. No, wait. No. It added a very small magic tower in the wrong place. Right. It believes all of this is a palace. That's why it's made the library right there and magic tower right there. Fuck. I mean, it looks clean. I can say that. make slums right there as well, though. Would kind of make more sense that way. Now that I think about it. Let me check world map. Because there's enough land. It would kind of make sense if there's some slums there, maybe. Just copy it and paste it, just to have it in case I'm gonna use it later. As monitor, sure. So yeah, this building is supposed to be here, and this tower, which should just build on top of someone's house, should be this fountain. Wait, let me just try and readjust that, and after that I'm just gonna do my own shit, I guess. The library and tower are in the wrong place. Fountain is the mage tower is supposed to be on the place of the fountain, right below the house, and the library should be on the spot right above the palace. Or in other words, it should be moved to the building below it. Building spot, maybe. Right below it. I guess that's all I can say for now. Also make it look a little more magical. More fantasy-esque. Also mage, nope, that's a mistake. So make it look a little more like in a fantasy. Fantasy world with magic. But still with the vibe of a medieval town. City, rather. Okay. Not sure. Let's see what the final thing is gonna be. Meanwhile, let's close these two. Should be this one. Pen, didn't check if it was working. this. Choose screen resolution. Driver of your drawing tablet and Windows do not agree on the size of the screen your tablet is connected to. Wait. Fuck. I don't wanna. Seems to be correct, so don't. Okay, no, it seems to be slightly incorrect. Yeah. WinTab QT. Is the drive not on? Back on properties, let's check. Alright, the message doesn't even show up on stream. So why doesn't it? Back on tablet properties. I mean, it is on, so just cancel? Just cancel? Please don't fuck anything up. Please. I mean, I guess that's a bit odd that it stretches a bit above and like out of range, but that's fine for me. I'm gonna be working in this area either way, so that isn't of that much importance. Also, the map is ready, and it's the things are in the right location. Kind of. The streets are still kind of fucked. The hell does that even mean? It just expanded the palace for no reason. It destroyed that not church, not chapel. Cathedral. Destroyed cathedral and just subsumed it into the castle for some fucking reason. As Monter. Actually as well. Let's see if it's different. Yeah, just scale up everything. I mean, the vibe of this is nicer. I'm not gonna deny it. But that should be the cathedral, which it isn't anymore. Also, nah, fucked. Fucked. That's enough AI generated maps, I guess. It was fun to try, but nah. Even though it is an absolute pain in the ass. Brush. Absolute pain in the ass. I'd rather just do it like this. Dudes are playing games. Okay. Need to let me make this bigger because it looks small as all hell. I don't know if that's actually that much better, but sure. I think that's... No, that's this way, okay. Wasn't so sure.
Wake up rumbling in my cave, sun peeking through the smoke. Claws so sore from yesterday, bones crackle when I poke. Put on my mail scorched boots, tail drags behind with pride. Another day to scorch and slay, I clock in just past 9. First up is a villain screaming loud. I roast their little guards. One tried to hide behind a pig. I hit him kinda hard. Some bar kept singing about my doom, so I ate his fancy lyre. Then torched the church and bakery, left nothing but the fire. It's not to slay, if I to feast, from splitting nights to roasting priest. But when the bell tolls quitting time, I share my stein and drink like swine. Stone to keep on lunchtime, bit the Lord in half. He offered gold to spare his soul, I just had to laugh. A hero came a-swinging fast, sword gleaming in the sky. Tripped on rubble, broke his nose, I barely had to try. The sun dips low, I stretch my wings and wipe the blood off scales. Another shift of screams and smoke, another time that fails. But now it's off to Trojan's pub, where goblins pour the brew. And me and all those paladins trade meat for stews. And soon to slay, and 5 to feast, from splitting nights to roasting priest. But when the bell tolls quitting time, I share my stein and drink like swine.
Wait, let me just check some actual church floor plans.
She cursed my name at sunrise, now she's hitting down.
Or a cathedral, actually.
Tried to throw his axe, now sings a drunken song. We
Floor
kill by day,
plans.
but laugh and play. The cycle rolls along the sleigh. And 5 to cheers, to blood-soaked blades and roasted deers. So grab a mug and swing it high. We toast the ones who didn't die. Clock in, crack skull. Clock out, crack ale. Same beast, different shift.
Evolution of the church floor plan part 1. That's cool. That is cool.
Come closer, bold wanderer, I see you have steel. To seek fortune, or glory, or something to steal. You brandish your blade like a banner of pride. But your fate, little
So
hero,
what I do
has already
see,
been tried.
it is almost in the same, in the shape of a cross.
No need to devour, I'm a master of art. A scratch
often, not always, but does often, in one way or another, resemble a cross. The ground plan of the Ely Cathedral. Yes. I mean, okay, let's do this. It is a lot better than this weird ass shape I just made. I guess that wouldn't work. Guess that's fine. Okay, so from what I can see, a bit wider at the bottom.
He wears the hood, he bears the scythe, he walks the line twixt death and life. He should be feared, a silent dread, but he misplaced the book of dead. He tripped on bones, disturbed a tomb, awoke a crypt
Kinda like this.
flowers in bloom. 1,000 ghouls now roam the square.
Also, let's
Sneezed and changed the air.
make
He's the
this
clumsy reaper, bane of
quite a bit larger.
unwitting god of an undead state. He missed a soul, restored its breath. Now it won't age, immune to death. The threads he pulls, the seals he cracks, make death run wild and twist right back. He dropped the tomb of living names and snuffed a kingdom's ancient flames. Their souls all poured into the Styx. Now Hades runs a traffic blitz. He tried to guide a spirit home, but spoke a spell in the wrong tone. Now she's alive and preaching grace, and all her mourners left the place. Oh, the clumsy reaper
I guess that should be fine. Because that's a cathedral. Now let's check a just regular church floor plan, which it gives me the exact cathedral. Church plan. What the? That's a weird church. Okay. Different ministering need. These are weird ass churches. Looks more like a podium instead of a church. It's just kind of the same again. Maybe I could do the same twice, but the sign. Layouts. Nope. languages rather than Dutch. Kyrgyz. Let's see if I get different results. Kind of. But they're still the same as the ones for the cathedrals. How does my church looks like? Wait. Because the churches near me are kind of just boxes. But I guess, yeah, most of the times they do resemble a cross. If I can hit that little thing on Twitch. And I'll just keep it like this for now. That I can add. Let's use this church as an example. It has kind of like this at the end. Fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. Cancel. That would be very smallish. How do medieval graveyards? Floor plan. Should add floor plan. And it gives me a D&D map. Multiple D&D maps. Should have expected. Side plan of the early medieval cemetery at Finlesham, Kent. It gives me Cthulhu Architect. It gives me a lot of D&D maps.
Spilled my coffee, broke my phone. Thought that's the worst I'd ever known. Till my neighbor came running down the street, screaming half my kitchen's gone, and so's my seat. I'm worse for wear, but not the worst. Seems everyone's luck has gone and burst. If misfortune's a plague, I might be patient zero, but next to these folks, I look like a hero.
Let's
worse for wear, but not the worst. Seems everyone's luck has gone and burst. If misery loves company, I'm well supplied, but I still can't take a walk without a shoe untied. Lisa's barbecue caught on fire. Tom's promotion sank in the mire. I still trip, I still fall, but next to their mess I feel 10 feet tall. Is it me? Am I cursed? Or is the whole world just rehearsed to fall apart when I come by? Probably, but who am I to pry? I'm worse for wear, but not the worst. Seems everyone's luck has gone and burst. It's like I'm the match in a fireworks show, but hey, my pants haven't ripped yet. Oh no! My life's so
That one
bright, but
was
there's
actually
absurd. Guess I'm
just
cursed,
really
but
crooked.
at least I'm not first.
Birdie. Alert. Fight. Fucker. Diddler.
Need to cut that side as well. It looks weird, but it should be fine. Hello, Opix. Hello. How you doing?
Born of chaos, born of might. A shadow moves
Hope I'm not
in
muted.
endless
No.
night. No chain can bind, no sword can cut. It breathes where the world is shut. Fangs of flame, claws of storm.
All good. That's nice.
Rising where the void is born. Protection from everything. No cage, no crown, no string. If it falls, it will not stay. Shuffle back to find its way. Protection from everything.
And this looks weird, doesn't it? Try to make a graveyard, but just looks like an Excel sheet.
Eyes like stars, hearts of fire. It feeds on fear, it never tires. A hydra's roar, a titan's will. The earth it breaks, the air stands still. Ancient blood, eternal flow. The end it sees, the start it soars. Protection from everything. No cage, no crown, no string. If it falls, it
You play D&D? Got any tips? Trying to learn it, nice. I had someone got the books recently. Nice. I have a friend who has some of the books. It's really satisfying to use them, but if you're not prepared, it is kind of difficult to find what you need. A few sessions some weeks ago. Yeah, with me it's also next session is gonna be somewhere in July. First session was 2 weeks ago now. Are you gonna do a existing campaign or just try and make something yourself? Because my friend did an existing campaign and he said it was quite a lot of fun. Other systems before, just never D&D. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, for me, D&D was the first thing. You mean, like, Pathfinder? Because, last time I streamed there was someone in chat who, was playing by the Pathfinder's 2E, second edition rules. We just, like, kinda went further into that. So maybe something similar like that. Yeah, just keep it. I'll just leave that like this. Maybe a little crypt. Ashes. And now I have to finish this, which is gonna be pain. Save just in case. So if you're learning D&D, you have any questions or anything? Anything you can help with? Yes, I can't deny that. Yeah, yeah. It just has every new book has new enemies or new items. Some just give you entirely new rule sets you can add. So yeah, I do get that. If you want, are you a player or dungeon master or game master, DM? Because one page I use a lot for creatures is this one. Let me just if it loads in. So player. Oh, I mean, as a player, you don't need that many books. I feel. I presume you have the player handbook, right? Because most of the books are meant for the DM. So like these monsters, I don't know if I should be showing them because it's gonna spoil. But for monsters I usually use this page. It also has a bunch of other references for languages, items and such. The bestiary are probably not for a player to look at. The core ones. Wait. The core ones, the player guide and the and game master guide. monsters. Wait, the three core ones for me are the player guide, the DM guide, and the Book of Monsters. Yeah, those three. As a player, the Book of Monsters and the GM guide aren't really that useful. The Book of Monsters player, yep, those three. So those are the ones that my friend also has. They're mainly, as a player, you need the player handbook to know what you can do. The DM guide kind of shows you, okay, these are ways to create a new campaign, how to like interact with the players, how to let the player go through your world. Like the DM too, so I also got nice. Okay, in that case, perfectly fine. But if you go and play, and as a player you have like the Book of Monsters next to you, your DM is gonna get mad, I think. If you just open your book and see like, ah yeah, this monster we're fighting does this and has resistances to this, it's gonna be unfair. But yeah, I mainly use this for all of the like items, monsters, all of this, because it's just useful. It shows you, if it loads, Gen 4 2 in other ships. Okay. Yeah, this is my first time DMing. So yeah, for D&D I usually, for monsters I use this, because it shows you also from which book it comes from. So player handbook, for example, or the multiplayer parades. I know one of these is the Book of Monsters. This one's Treasury of Dragons. It's gonna be at the bottom. Waterdeep. Nah, one of these. This? Yeah, Monster Manual. So it shows you which book you need to like reference it from. But instead of buying like 10 different books for a bunch of different monsters, I just look at this usually. Well, I do plan to buy some of the books later on, but for now I just do this. And my friend lets me borrow his books, so that's all fine. Back to this one. But are you playing a custom D&D campaign or one from the books? Played Lost Mines. Is that? Wait, let me just check. Lost Mines of Phandelver. Is that one? Lost Mine of Phandelver. Yeah. So obviously I can't really look at it. Explore this introductory adventure to get started playing the world's greatest role-playing. So it's more of an introductory case. Like, was it like a small session you could finish in one try, or? Yeah, let me see if I can find more about it. D&D's best intro campaign. Okay, so they seem to be kind of like intros. Total party kill. 4 session. Damn. Total party kill. Yeah. What do you do? I mean, when I was playing before, we almost got it. Or my friend who was a DM said that there's a possibility that we could get a total party kill, but we luckily didn't have that happen. What do you do then? Also, is the music too loud or is it fine for you? Because I don't usually check the stream audio. Mic is kind of low. Okay, I'll check that. Although it's almost at max, so should be slightly louder now. Maybe we should just put it to max. And Albert killed me from full health in a single turn in session 3. In the next session the party couldn't do much with one less memory. Ah. Yeah. Right, Clark's Cave. So it's like starts off with goblins, I see. Hamlin. Can I just Control F? Albert. Nope, okay. It's not gonna work. Yeah, we kind of lucked out in our campaign. Yeah, I should say lucked out. So our DM allowed us to either start off with one rare magic items or two uncommon magic items, and so our bard started with a magical bag of beans, which she then used to the moment we got off a ship or got shipwrecked, she planted them into the sand, summoned a treant which had a 50-50% chance of being evil, which would absolutely kill us. But luckily the treant became friendly, and then during one of the giant battles she used the connection she has to the treant to just kill all enemies. So yeah, that we lucked out on that. But are you guys gonna try the same campaign again, or what's the plan? Because I presume, wait, I can't really check. I'll try and check how far you got. Cosmos, reference, solar frequent nodes. Okay, this is actually like... Wait, Old Owl Well. Is this Old Owl? No. Kinda dropped out. Oh, that's sad. We're still on learn. Yeah, when we started, we actually had one different player who was our barbarian, which in our composition just the main tank, because we had then the barbarian, a bard, a mage, and me being a rogue. So without him, it was kind of difficult. But he kind of dropped out some sessions, then came back. But after some time, he just stopped permanently. And a different friend who said like, "Oh yeah, I wanna try." We gave him his character, and we just went down like that. But then the DM kind of just got bored of it, I think, and the campaign just stopped, which is kind of sad. Did you do it online or in person? Because we did it in person. I was a Furbolg Circle of the Stars Druid. I don't actually know too much about druids. Let me just check. Yeah, spellcasters are a lot of fun in my opinion. Well, I was a rogue, but I went into Arcane Trickster, so I just started firebolting almost all the time, which is a lot of fun. Circle. Which was it? Firbolg. Firbolg Druid. Oh, Firbolg, being the being the race. Okay, I thought Firbolg was the circle or the school of the subclass of druids. Okay, my bad. Okay, our Fey-oriented half giants. Okay, now I'm getting it. Circle of the Stars Druid. That's okay. Now I'm getting it. Not bad. Oh, they start off with detect magic in the sky as well. That's nice. That's actually really nice. You are medium. So what's the plan for your next session then? Or are you just looking for other people to play with now? can maybe pick up D&D again. So it's just wishful thinking. Just reading out. Oh, okay. If I had more viewers, I'd wish to be able to do just like a campaign online, but I don't know. Maybe sometime. I'm still looking at the campaign you've played, but I can't actually find where an owlbear actually spawns. Goblins. Goblins. A bunch of goblins. Oh, bugbear. Wait, did you say bugbear or owlbear? Let me just check. No, owlbear. Huh. Old owl trouble. After we fought some orcs in the cave. Damn, wait. Haven't even really seen orcs. Kind of story. Sleeping giant. Goblins, wait, maybe Kirik. Okay, Albert, okay. Found it. Albert Tower, okay. So I don't know if it was like a quest choice or I, I don't think you went through all of the other things. Maybe you did, I don't know. General features. Yeah. The Albert does seem to be decently far into the book. Page 40 from how much? 40 from 64, so quite far actually. It does look like a fun campaign though. The fight was kinda easy, so maybe DM just put the bear to give us more challenge. I mean, it does say there is like the Owlbear Cave or Owlbear Tower, so it isn't entirely unscripted. 2 hobgoblins stand guard in this room. So maybe it was hobgoblins and not orcs. Killed orcs, long rested, the owlbear attacked us in the middle of the night. Ah. No wait, that's guard barracks, wait. The Cragmaws have captured an owlbear and confined it to this tower. Yeah, maybe he just went off script and just changed around which monsters to take. I mean, from what I see, seem to be some scary stuff at all. Banquet hall. Wait, let me check the stats for. So that's Bugbear, Commoner, Cultist, Doppelganger, Evil Mage, Flameskull. Hobgoblin, Ogre, Orc, yeah. So yeah, he went from a challenge rating from 1/2, so half challenge rating, to a Bugbear being, or an Owlbear being a challenge rating 3. So yeah, that does explain the difficulty curve. Hit points 59. I will say, when I was doing the first session from the campaign I'm making, my campaign has kind of a mechanic that if someone dies, they kinda reset to the starting point of the campaign, and they have to kinda work with like some time puzzles that I still have to create. But in order to have them figure that out, that it exists, I had to kill him at the start. So I used a cave bear, and one of my players in one move almost half killed it. But then the cave bear just one-shot him in comparison. So yeah. also, if you have a character with flying that can do range attacks, then very difficult to balance around that. So keep that in mind, I guess. Or if you want to abuse it, just become a little like fairy and just shoot cantrips from in the air. It's gonna take ages to kill something, but if they can't hit you, I mean... Anything else you want to talk about? Otherwise it's gonna be a lot of silence. I don't usually know what to say during streams. It's the map for the city. Wait. So this is the city map. Main entrance. My party went here to the Adventurers Guild, then to the Commoners Church. Then they went through all like the guild shops, and they start. Let me just turn this one on. Turn this one on. So they start in the middle of a forest, and first I had them just pick a direction that they wanted to go, and whichever direction they would take was the place they would meet the cave bears at the start. So that I could show them that they respawn or like reset. After that, they get a book, a small booklet, which tells them that they're the new heroes and that they're on a quest, and it guides them towards the city. And so now I'm just creating the entire city map, so that if I want to do like some kind of fetch quest and it has a person you can deliver it to, then I could say like, okay, you have to go to this house and deliver the goods or something like that. A lot of effort for something probably I'm not gonna use that much, but I don't know. Otherwise I have to look up a bunch of plants and make guild quests, so I thought I might as well do this. Also tried generating, or like giving this to ChatGPT to generate something, but it looks nice. It looks too nice, so I kinda wanna do it myself.
Shadows stirred the forest side. The cryptids march from where they hide. With shaggy steps and glowing eyes, a bolero beneath the skies. Bigfoot swayed with Jersey devil. Mothman's wings beat something rebel. Chupacabras crooned along. The bolero bound them all in song. Mambo, the humans lead. Cha-cha, the dead agree. Salsa, the aliens sway. Rumba, the oceans play. Tango, the lizards play. Bolero, the cryptids blame. From sea to land, from earth to skies. No war, no hate, no more disguise. A dance floor spun the world as one. And peace through rhythm.
If you want I can try and draw something else, because this might be boring. I also wanted to try and make some character portraits later on. But if you want, we can try that now. It's fine. You're doing some work on the side too, nice. trying to write your first campaign, struggling with lots of ideas, but don't know how to put them together. Okay, shoot. What's your idea? Wait, maybe I'll show you what I made once. Let me find it. Wait, no, I think I'm gonna have to download it from Discord. If Discord wants to load. Okay. Wait, let me check. D&D channel. Okay, here. PDF. Let me change the screen cap again. So for the campaigns, I had made like a couple of suggestions for them to choose from. So first one, this is the one they took. It's kind of like a small summary. Oh, it's the system. Kind of hard to explain. It's a campaign for a system my group usually plays called Paranormal Order. Oh, okay. Let me check. What did I Paranormal Order RPG system. RPG is created by the Paranormal Order universe, being presented in. Okay, so themes are mainly demonic and ghosts. Exposure level 70 sheet. Exposure level or XP. I guess that's a fun way of doing it. Is the main foundation of the system, functioning as the experience of the game, increasing by being exposed to the occult. Okay. Sanity is an element present in all characters in NPC, which is affected by exposure to grotesque scenarios. 5 attributes in Paranormal Order: agility, strength, intellect, presence, and vigor. Rolls D20. Okay, so same kind of dice. Combat, divided into turns and rounds, where 3 activities can be performed: main attack, movement, and reaction. Similar. That is similar to D&D. Not entirely the same, but quite similar, yes. Effort points, EP serves the stamina or mana. So you're trying to like find, I don't know, explain. What are you looking for?
I'm just a villager, paint peeling plain, but I lift 2 oxen when it starts to rain. Built the town hall with a single hand, then taught a lich how to understand. Yeah, I cook stew that'll tame a god, wrestle fate in a lightning storm song. But I ain't no hero, I don't need fame. I'm just the guy who fixed your frame. The baker's son got stuck in a tree, climbed it once, brought down 3. The conure camped on the old east trail, set it packing with a dinner pail. The queen came by in her regal grace, now she won't stop sending cake to my place. Says the king don't listen like I do, damn I'm just passion, the stable.
Minotaur, Kerberos, the devil, the needy, Kieran, listen, mummies, and the suck. Boogeyman.
They asked me to lead, I said maybe later. These beans won't plant themselves, creator.
Are you struggling with the like setting or location or something?
Don't ask for gold or cheers, just eggs from hens and cider from peers. But if a portal rips the sky apart, I'll be there after I load the cart. I'm just a villager, bless my boots, but I've outplayed warlords in their suits. I've calmed storms with a weakened shrug, stopped plagues with a grandma's hug. No quest too tall, no demon too rude. I'll fix your fence, never set the moon. But don't call me legend, a savior, a sage. Just pass the rake, I've got fields to gauge. So if you seek power or stories untold, look not in towers or temples of gold. He's by the barn where the roosters crow. The godless god named Average Joe. Thank the Phoenix with a lullaby. A godless god named Average Joe.
Yes. Okay, there's just quite a delay then. I think there's like 20 seconds delay now? Why did that happen? The devil being one of the most dangerous manifestations of paranormal. Okay, wait, let me... I want to do something with the cult, with this cult. Okay, nice. The devil. But that's kind of it so far. Okay, so let's go for setting. Do you want to do a real life place or just imagine something entirely of your own? Sweet. Because if I think that in Lovecraftian horror, I think he used real locations. then made like his mythos in those settings. I might be wrong though. Because if you can tie it into its modern setting, Brazil, okay. So you have your place. Do you have like? Are there any like urban legends or like myths in Brazil you could use? You could kind of like grab onto and use them for your story. Right, let me just look some up. In Lord, the main base of operation of the agents is on Brazil actually. Like Canal North. Oh, it is actually just based in Brazil. Nice. Like Canal North. Okay. Brazil myths or legends. Okay, that I didn't mean football. I just meant fuck's sake. Google. Fuck's sake. Brazil. Myths, I guess. I can't know enough system. Okay. So you can try and grab onto those like lores and places to make it feel more realistic. Brazil mythology. Alemão, the ghost of a blonde woman, is connected to the islands of Fernando de Noronha. It's called Bumamoy Boy. There's just something about the devil. Bestafera, a centaur-like creature thought to be the devil. The name can be roughly translated to feral beast. Anhanguera, a name used by the early Jesuit missionaries as an equivalent of the devil. Anhanga, a spirit that often protects animals, especially the female and young ones, intends to appear as a white deer with red eyes, often mistaken for Anhanguera due to the words being similar. However, Anhinga is not considered a devil. So you can try and use what's already established to say that there's maybe like a famous gathering place in Brazil, like famous like sports club or something, that's actually devil worshippers. Okay, yeah. So devil doesn't even have to be there if there's the threat of a devil. Maybe they manage to like summon his arm and then you have to fight the arm of the devil or something and then he retreats. That's still interesting. And they would be the main threat. So yeah, I would try and take something that's either established or something in reality and try and work off of that. like some kind of football club that you have to infiltrate, and then they just do a satanic summoning ritual in the basement or something. Kind of difficult, yeah. Because it's difficult to get like an interesting twist there. You could. One time, a friend of mine mentioned, because he thought during the last D&D campaign that I might be like an evil character. You might work with the notion that one of the players might be evil. But I don't know if that's really what you're looking for. Scott is the Transformados. Back to the level before. Okay. Transtornados. I got obsessed with him. So assuming they made a pact with the devil, so they have to do something to fulfill their end of the pact. So obviously they're gonna do some kind of murder, sacrificing, animal sacrificing, some kind of presumably sacrifice. Maybe one of the players, their character in the story, has some ties with them because someone they knew got sacrificed. Or like I said, maybe one of them actually wants to try and summon the devil. But I don't know if you want to go that way. Because then you need to have a player that is always trying to conceal his movements, which might be fun, but not for everyone, I guess. Do you know how you want to start it? Because that's from what I know. I only played like one session, but from what I know, just having a start is probably the most important. Because once you start playing, the events, you just go off of what the players kind of do, and so you can just write whatever they do as part of the story and just go hook onto something they do and just go off of that. So as long as you have a rough idea of where you start, where you want to end, some places you want to lead them to, and then just go off what the players do. That's the okay. Oh wait. There will be new agents from the secret organization called Ordo Realitas. Find some traces and find out about the cult. Okay. Okay, so do you know what the traces are? Let's try and go off of that. Maybe a corpse with a specific like sign carved into them, something like that, or a torn out page from a book with a ritual, with part of a ritual, or a bloodied note, something. What do you feel sounds interesting at this point? First mission will involve a member of this. Okay. Transformed into a creature. Do you have a specific creature in mind? Do you also want to keep it within the lore, or do you want to add your own lore to it? Because if you find some kind of creature that is already tied with the devil, then that's perfect. Yes, Miskia. Miskia. Let me check. Yeah, I'm gonna check a different wiki because on this wiki it didn't seem to show up. Magistrate, nope. The magistrates. No. It's Merge. Is it this one?
He gave strange trinkets to kings, but felt no thrill in anything. He sculpted glass
Okay.
from desert heat.
So this insect looks like a fusion between person and insect. Amalgam of long limbs.
Taught the bards and danced their songs, but all felt shallow, all felt wrong.
Surviving the horror. Only appearance in surviving the horror, okay. Behavior.
A blade with none to
Same intentions without us consume its victims or incubate
and so he
their
turned
eggs.
paths long gone to find the place he once called home. Return to stone, return to flame, to see if sparks still knew his
The movie Fly.
to see that shrine once carved in grace, and find the fire.
So you start off, creature will have the symbol of the cult attached. You mean like a necklace, or just like really like branded? Like you'd have a hot iron brand mark on the body, something like that.
The light that shimmered from
Or like maybe carved out with a knife across the chest.
a horde reborn, no need
A necklace, okay. So they kill it and get the necklace that way.
a ring, a helm, a
Do they have a clue of the cult existence at this point? Do they know it exists? Or is this the first time they would meet it? Or rather, the first time it would be known that it exists to them.
his form returned, his wings unrolled.
First time. So they don't know anything about the cult. So a way to make the cult seem more interesting or more dangerous could be that once they clear the mission, they go back, they give the necklace to their leader, I presume, their boss. I presume there's like some kind of boss or some kind of team leader. You work off the reaction of the team leader to make it way more important than they would think. You can just gloss over it at the beginning. So, oh yeah, you find a necklace. It has some strange symbols that you don't seem to recognize. Maybe some of your superiors might know. So then when you complete the mission, you go inform your superiors like, oh yeah, we found this necklace. They show it, and as you show it to the superior looks at it, and his face contorts into fear. He takes the necklace and mutters the words. Let me check the name again. He mutters the words Trastornados. A name that none of you are aware of, none of you have heard of, but seemingly of great importance. Then you kind of go off with the leader explaining snippets, not all of it, or like according to what we know, they're a cult that worships some fearful great evil. You don't even have to say that it's the devil, just keep that kind of like hidden. And after that, try and figure out who the person was. I don't know if it's possible, but maybe you have some kind of technology that you could, like maybe a little bit of blood on the amulet that you can use for DNA sampling. You kind of like figure out who it was, and through that you find like, okay, investigate where this person was. You kind of investigate it, and you find out that all these people were actually, or like he was a part of some kind of gathering, some kind of like a social club, a sports club, something that doesn't look important, but it's actually the place where everyone gathers. So the leader of the cult worships strength, and he wants to prove himself strong enough to meet the devil again. The other members are all people that were lost in their lives, or accepted by the leader, forming a little group. Okay, so that's the cult side of things. Worshipping strength. So with strength you can try and play off of like purely masculine, how bodybuilders, I don't know if it's safe to show this, just in case. How bodybuilders are like extremely, almost to the point of being grotesque with how they try and buff up all of their muscles. You can try and work that into the creations. Members really went overboard with the cult and transformed into this merc and ran away. And got considered weak by the leader because of that. So with strength, do you mean more physical or like willpower strength? Because you can be mentally strong, but you can also be physically strong. Willpower, okay. Maybe as as the members of your party, or like the members who fight against it, um, don't know if there's a name for that. The party members, I guess. Once they get the medallion, maybe some kind of mental reaction. If you are strong enough to keep feeling, you can be part of the cult. That's his ideal. To keep feeling, but to keep feeling like physically or to keep your emotions. If you go that far that you can't even feel emotions, if you search for it possible in the wiki, I guess you can see the art of the cult leader. Okay. Blood apostles. Oh, wait, Derang gets formed by people seeking to make a pact with the devil. Okay, so that's. Oh, what the? So this. Presumably, the medallion's gonna have this symbol on it. The blood enjoys any kind of feeling: pain, happiness, sadness, lust. So once you're broken and you can't perceive anything, that's when you're useless. Or weak, how you said it. But that sounds almost like self-flagellation. Like trying to like whip yourself and just cause pain to yourself. Which is a form of reverence, but I feel like in like demonic fashion it would be more of instilling pain on others and just feeling pleasure from that. Profiles, behavior, characteristics. Is it on this page or Gale? Don't seem to see this one. Didn't get.
The wind blew cold through the midnight mast. The sky was split with a devil's cry. The kraken sounds came thick and fast. And
Ordo Realitas, Cultus Other. Well, on the wrong one? A bear trap. Well, that's just a cage. Vehicle terminal. Order Calamitas. Metallic dragons, what the hell? Didn't expect that. All I get for the puzzle is these two. And this doesn't seem to be... Yeah, no, it's probably not that one. Or the English with... Yes. Apostille? No. Can you just give the name of the character, maybe? Maybe I shouldn't be showing this, just in case. The name is Apostle of Blood. Organizations. Cult of Fear. The Sangye. Okay, maybe Everson Sem Olhos, the Blood Apostle. Maybe that's... Is this him? That's fucking nasty though. That's really disgusting. Okay. I was expecting something that once he's like out of business time, like outside of the cult gatherings, that he could just be seen as a human, but I don't think he can blend in with humans. So I assume most of the people are like gonna be mutilated in one way or another. Maybe I should also put this off screen now. So maybe you can, as kind of a tie, between all the cult members that a nearby church that they all have been to that church in the past time. You can you find out who the person, the merge, who that was. You find some like medical records, you go check, and then you see maybe someone else being like brought in with like a cast around his arm or something, and you see a glimpse of the same necklace. Because seeing as a like self-torture, no other way to say it, that's just self-torture, is some kind of basis for joining a cult and being part of the cult. So everyone's gonna have some kind of lacerations and gonna be visiting the hospital, presumably. So you can try and make them lead to a hospital, and from the hospital they'll find other people, and then they find a tie. Maybe the entire hospital is in on it as well. Maybe it's all happening below a hospital, that's also possible. The people that are weak are just killed off and sent to a morgue, burned, that's it. And the people that are strong get taken care of. They give them medicine to stay alive so they can go further and further and further. Maybe something like holy shit. Maybe something like that. Because it's easy to make like the gathering place for a cult some kind of warehouse off far away, some kind of like dilapidated church, but having it be inside of a hospital in like underground chambers could be interesting. Could be a part where you have to at some point evacuate the people that aren't part of the cult, and then fight a bunch of mutilated people in the hospital. Could be interesting. Does need to be self-torture. One of the members I made, for example, has an insatiable hunger because of her pact, so that's her feeling. So her feeling. Okay, so it's not directly based off of like the 7 sins or anything. It could be like any emotion. Because with that it would feel like it's her gluttony that's part of the pact. Yeah, any love, hunger, pain, obsession, sadness, happiness, anger, etc. Okay. So then first, the person that was weak, what was his emotion? His curse, his pact to the devil. Okay. So let's say each of the members is responsible for another emotion or feeling, and only after all of the feelings are present during some kind of ritual can he be summoned. He really enjoyed bugs in it. That's... Oh, that's net. Okay, in this case, kind of self-torture. Okay, so he turned into a merge. Just like the first phrase, absolutely disgusting. Okay, so he was... His feeling was pain, let's say. So let's say pain is one of them, but the system can get... Yeah. Just from looking at the one guy, I kinda expected it, but just like the notion of something crawling beneath your skin. Like you often see it in it's often sometimes see it in movies or games, and then it's still like fucking nasty. The same with the one scene in Dead Space where you have to poke your own eye. That's absolutely uncomfortable. Yeah, no, I don't mind. No problem. I do actually want to see something I saw in the wiki. Metallic dragons. How do they look like? Oh, it's just the name of a gang, a group of musicians. Okay. I was expecting actual dragons. Kinda disappointed. But are there like... Are the feelings, like pain and gluttony, I guess, do they exist in the lore, or are you just trying to figure this out on your own? Figuring it out. Okay. So first, let's try and figure out which emotions or which feelings. Keep calling it emotions, but which feelings you want. So let's say for a ritual, it's fun to have like a pentagram, so like 5 emotions or something. But In your case, maybe a little more, maybe less. Probably more though. Spider-Man Metallica. Okay, yeah. It does look like it. Like the art is pretty fun. Some of the art, I guess. But I was just expecting from D&D you have metallic dragons, and I was just half expecting there to actually be dragons. That's why I kind of looked into that. But yeah, let's I suppose try and think which feelings you want. So pain, gluttony, bloodlust could be a feeling. I mean, I'm just thinking of the 7 deadly sins, but don't know how much that would help. I mean, lust kind of. Okay, wait.
They smash all day, you on screen loud. Blood on rock, red run cloud. But now me sit, no want no fight. Just want one beat and firelight. Club is resting by K-Wall. No breaks, go. Me look up, sky got home. Moon be white.
Let's say you have pain, gluttony, bloodlust. You have already the leader, the hunger one, and a couple who perceive themselves as a single being, really obsessed with each other. And the bug one too. Really obsessed with each other. So like a hive mind. Feeling of the mind. Thought. Thought. Oneness thought. Almost feels like either pride or envy almost. Happiness, joy, more love and obsession, envy even. Yeah. Obsession, yeah. Maybe you can just use the seven deadly sins and kind of give a spin on it. Like gluttony is just one of them. Bloodlust could be taken from just lust itself. I thought, so like, this would be envy. Cleanliness. Pain is not really one of them. You have sloth. Which would be sleepiness, tiredness, laziness. But that doesn't really... You don't really feel any of those. So that would be perceived as weak. Small group. So one more is okay. So let's drop sloth. Maybe greed. Greed is a fun one. Make someone like a kleptomaniac. So one of them could be a kleptomaniac in that case. Sloth is difficult to work with, so let's drop that one. Something with sloth. Huh. It's kind of difficult to do something with sloth because it's almost like the absence of any will to do anything, any feeling. So it's difficult to go off of that. Oh yeah, I forgot you said small group and there's like a couple who perceive them as themselves, so there's already 2. Forgot about that. So that would make leader hunger, so that's already 4, so yeah. In that case you do have, I guess, 5 people, but only 4 emotions or feelings, I guess. Wait, what? That was weird. Every member found a purpose to keep feeling in the cult. And one is eating, a couple is each other. According to the leader, to be strong is to keep living is to live to feel. Okay. So if you go that route, do you wanna make the feeding them almost like a puzzle? So you have to starve the one that keeps eating, you have to separate the two that love each other. Because I presume if you, the moment you kill one of the two that are just like enamored with one another, the other one is probably gonna transform into some kind of beast as well. And if you starve the one that keeps eating, he's also gonna turn into a beast. Or you can overfeed him. Don't worry, you're not bothering me. This is kind of boring to do as well. I mean, you have the basis. It's interesting so far. Might be difficult to go in depth later on though. The idea is though, how do you want to show this to like the players? Because you don't want to like just say everything outright, like, oh yeah, they're a cult, this is how they work. You want to keep it kind of a mystery. How do you give them hints of how they work? Ends up causing paranormal manifestations where they go because of their rituals. Okay, so they track him from like different positions. And I presume each ritual each time or each couple of times they find maybe like an ID or some clue to find to the next person. So let's say they find, might be stupid, but let's say they find like a receipt for a takeout order, and they find the credit card number and find who the glutton is. The cult is actually really welcoming. Only be hostile when the players try to stop. Oh, that's an unexpected take. So like the welcoming in a very creepy way. It's like, hello, do you want to join us for a round of self-flagellation? But if they're very welcoming, it's still a small group that presumably still wants to be hidden. So there has to be some kind of trial, I presume, to join. Oh, that's your message. Wait. Allow. That's the Twitch auto moderation for you, I guess. Offset routing new members of the group. If they refuse, he tells them to get the yeah. But seeing as every person has to find their own unique feeling, so the trial is kind of difficult to say that if it's always going to be the same thing or if it's going to change depending on the person. You're weak, yeah. Maybe you have to like drink something and that makes you realize what your true feelings are. Just drink blood. Or you just talk with the devil. I don't know. Couple actually asked to do the trial together. After the trial they become one. So the mentality while going into the trial changes what your feelings become. It's more like give up on your weaker self and become stronger. Your biggest fear, okay. Okay, so the trial isn't completely you going through it, but it's more you get manipulated by the leader almost. And if he feels you're too weak, like let's say, as an example, the guy that was transforms into the Merge, the bug guy. The reason why he transforms into the bug guy and why there's always the paranormal activities is because it's people that go through the trial, but the leader looks at them and feels they're too weak, so he just corrupts them. So that's why the dude becomes the Merge, because he just straight up just failed the trial, maybe. Okay, so the bug guy just went crazy later on, okay. That's kind of it. I don't know. Try maybe just thinking the beginning, how from the point of view of the players, the inspectors, how do they start in it? Because what you've said is mostly like things that either they have to figure out or are almost hidden in the background. So how do your players first contact? You already said that they find the bug boy, but afterwards, first contact with the cult. That's what we're trying to find out now. Yeah, like one of the members was trying to find the bug guy and ends up meeting with the players during the fight. Ends up meeting with the players during the fight the monster he turned into. So let's say if it's one of the guys, presumably it's neither the party leader or the ones that are like linked to one another. Because if it's the party leader, it's he's kind of unsightly to say the least, and the other two they would just have to be together. So it'd have to be either the gluttony guy or the last member, I presume. Something like that, maybe. And who does he help? Does he help the players fight the monster? Or does he try and... No, because the monster would be weakness, so presumably he would try and help the players. Or just run away, that's also an option. Probably try to run, okay. Does the cult member know that the bug guy is the monster? Or are the cult members not aware that if they lose track of their feelings, they become corrupt and become a monster? They probably know it, okay. So it's not like a shock, like oh my god, I can turn into a monster, or that a monster just showed out of nowhere. They do realize the connection. Okay. Getting kinda late, sorry again. Yeah, don't worry. This is gonna take ages for me anyway, so it's more fun if there's someone to talk to. It gets really repetitive doing all of this. Probably gonna stop soon either way. Because for me it's already 4 AM, so gonna stop in probably like 10ish minutes. Good night. Bye. Have a good sleep. Let me check. It's so bright. Alright, I can do that. Haven't really done like that yet. What the? Okay, but at this hell kind of street is called Old Sack. That is really fucking funny. I don't know why, but that's funny. Some of these street names are. The Green Street, yes. Window Street. Donkey Streets. Them. What is this one? West Canal. So it's a boatway. Fun. Okay. Let's go to OBS. And let. Right. Press this button. Stop all for now. Wait, let me first change to this one. Okay. Now let's